Yeah, the pickup games have been great. So thankful that we had a bunch of guys that were in the facility early in September. For me, that was the first time that I played 5-on-5, and there's nothing like playing basketball. So there's nothing like doing, just in-game stuff that you can't get from drills. You're guarding somebody, you're reacting, you're getting a rebound and trying to go straight back up with it. Like those things, I can't really practice. So to have the ability to do that was really big for me.
Hayward.
Gordon, a little over a year ago, you and Kyrie talked about how you had kind of talked about playing together for such a long period of time, and it was finally going to happen. Lasted about 5 minutes of the regular season. What have the conversations been like, and what's some of the anticipation about hopefully getting a much longer run together this year?
Yeah, very similar to last year, to be honest. It was very difficult to have to watch basically the whole year last year. And then I watched the playoffs with him too, so I know it was hard for him to sit there as a competitor. It's the last thing that you want to do is just to be forced onto the sideline. But I think that gave some of the other guys on the team just invaluable experience, and we're both looking excited to this year and can't wait to get started.
I'm sure you had no idea how good Tatum was going to be a year ago at this time. How have the expectations, you think, changed for this team this year after watching his progress, and even Jalen and Terry?
Yeah. No, I think all three of those guys, like I was just saying, I think you can't teach experience. And for them to have that playoff experience, go through the whole year, and then in the playoffs have even more responsibility with Kyrie being out, you could argue they're more experienced than I am going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's great for our team. There's going to be situations where somebody's going to get hurt again, somebody's going to be sick, somebody's going to be having a bad game, and as it does to every team throughout the year. And for us to have so many guys that we can rely on, that can go get a bucket, that can get a big-time stop, that's huge for us as a team. And I think that probably is why we have so much expectation on us. But I think, we're ready for it. We're ready for those challenges.
Can you expand a little bit on that as far as the pickup games that you guys are having now? Having played a little bit with those guys leading up to last season, do you notice a difference with some of the young guys like a Tatum, like a Brown now versus when you were kind of playing with them before the season started last year?
Yeah, they're definitely more confident. So sometimes in pickup games, not everybody is making moves or really trying to score, but we have people across the board that you can isolate, that can create their own shot, that can create a shot for others, and you can see some of that in the pickup games. Guys are just more confident, not only confident in themselves, but as a teammate, you're confident when you pass it to them, they're going to get you a good look or they're going to make something happen. So I think it's a confidence thing.
Gordon, how you doing, man?
How you doing?
One of your great strengths is that you're able to do it individually, but also complementary. How do you see yourself fitting in with the group after watching, and now you've played with them for a while?
Yeah, I think I've always been a basketball player that has done a little bit of everything and done whatever the coach needs me to do. And I plan on doing that same type of thing for our team this year. I think because of the talent that we have, it's not going to necessarily be the same every single game. I think some days it might be for me to score, some days it might be for me to play make, some days might be for me to defend and to rebound and start the break. There's lots of different roles that I can play, and I'm willing to do whatever, so that way we can accomplish what we want to accomplish.
Gordon, can you talk about your over here? Can you talk about the process of you coming back, being on the court now, as you're going to start training camp? What your mindset's going to be? Are you going to have to sort of chain yourself to be cautious, and or are you just going to let loose? What's it going to be like?
Yes, I think more than anything, first off, I'm going to follow the progression that the staff has set out for me. I think whatever that is, if it's maybe taking certain days off or rest days or whatever. I haven't necessarily talked with them yet on how that's going to work, but first I'm going to follow that. But secondly, once they which they have. Once they tell me I can go and do whatever, I'm just going to go at it full speed. I think that's what I have to do. I have to just, jump right into it. I think there's going to be, hiccups along the way. There's going to be things that, I'm going to get beat defensively. I'm going to make a mistake offensively. And I think when you don't play basketball for a year, like, those things happen. And that's the part that I have to find my rhythm, find my groove a little bit. And I think the pickup games that we've had have been good for that. There's still only been like 4 or 5 times I've played. So preseason, coming into the season, like, I'm still going to be trying to find my way a little bit, and I think that's fine, but I'm going to have to go at that and just attack it.
And do you feel like you have something to prove? I mean, you're a veteran. You've been in this league a long time, but with all that happened last year, do you feel like you have something to prove here and to these guys?
I don't think that I necessarily have anything to prove, but I think internally I always want to be the best version of myself. Before last year, I'd improved as a player every single year I'd been in the league, and so that's something that I'm proud of, and I put a lot of time and work into the offseason to try to improve my game. And so the only thing that I have to prove is to myself, like, just make sure that I go out there and give it my best and play my hardest.
Last question here.
Gordon, since you guys have so many veterans, is it kind of left unsaid that you guys are going to have to sacrifice minutes? Like you said, maybe one night your role will change. Is that unsaid, or will there be kind of a meeting between everybody to say, hey, we've got to have this chemistry, it has to be done for the team's success?
Yeah, I think we've started those conversations already. Coach Stevens has talked to us about it, but I think the beauty of it is if guys have been asked this question already, and we all have said the same thing, like, we all want to win the whole thing. That's our goal. I think we all realize that if we have team success, the individual success will come too. And I think, that's kind of been, that's my mindset. I think that's a lot of the guys' mindsets. And so I don't think that's something that we have to worry about.
Thank you, Gordon.
Thanks, guys.